Hello, Dhamma friends. Wish you all a very happy and peaceful evening. It is December 20th, Saturday evening. We are going to begin the Sutta study class for today with the participation of our Dhamma friends through Zoom, YouTube, and also few of them from here along with me. Wish you all happiness and peace. It's holiday season. A lot of people um, got their vacation now and get ready for gathering for Christmas and holiday season. Even though you do not celebrate Christmas in a religious manner, you of course do it with social and cultural ways to meet people, to share your insight, to express your friendship and solidarity, compassion with others. I think if you think about it with the Dharma as we told, you can make all these occasions Dharma centered, happy and peaceful. Wishing everyone happiness and peace. I'm going to give you a start for today's discussion. And before that, let us all come together and pay our due respect to the Supreme Buddha for his kindness and compassion by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times in Pali and also in English. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends, today we selected a topic for Sutta Discoveries. That is part 2, Inner Peace. That was the topic I thought of discussing the Dhamma, and I confirm it myself that that it is good because we all seek the enlightenment by following the advices of the Buddha, and this enlightenment we talk about is not a kind of state of mind that change so that we wish to have it for expressing ourselves happiness and peace and sharing it with everyone. So that I think this topic illuminate us with the teachings of the Buddha about what we need to do in terms of sustaining us on the right path and also experiencing the bliss of it. Part 2, Inner Peace. The topic itself sounds good because it talks about a particular way to peace and happiness, and it talks about what real peace and happiness, so that we can dive into this aspect of the title of the topic for today's discussion with certain Dhamma elements in our mind. So far we have covered so many discourses from the Buddha from each section of the Tripitaka. They all talk about the Four Noble Truths, the truths that the Buddha discovered as a whole. And under that, we of course talk about the Supreme Noble Eightfold Path. And with that, we of course covered many aspects of the 37 factors of enlightenment. When you hear these numbers and terms, maybe you are thinking over so many other things. Perhaps you do know everything. Perhaps you do not know. It's fine. So what I'm trying to say is that with the noble path to peace and happiness, we have covered a lot of aspect of it. But if you take this topic into your mind in a leisurely, what exactly come to your mind? In my assumption, I think you are with we can think of which path we are talking about. For some people, the path to nirvana or the enlightenment could be with the four foundation of mindfulness. It means practicing mindfulness, as the Buddha said, would be very interesting for some people as a very interesting points of Dhamma, and they begin the practice of Dhamma with that. Whereas some people find other aspect of the teaching, like meditation, direct meditation, and slowly involve with other activities. Some people do not do any of those things we already discussed. Some people do engage Buddhism. That's mean they start with little things, but later they slowly understand different aspect of their day-to-day practices. Some people would like to read more technical, canonical, basic teachings of the Buddha, and that gives them inspiration for realizing what the Buddha said. So different people, start their practice in different ways, which is fine because we see the different characters of different people, and Buddha has offered so many things for different people depending on their character. But we are all in the noble path. The noble path, as you see, is called stream. Stream starts somewhere in the top of the mountain, in the middle of a mountain, and it goes down, adding more water, adding many things into it, and the current of the stream, when it go further, is going to be fast, and at the end it goes to the ocean. If you take this simile to see whether the Buddha's teaching is like that, yes, we start with small point of observation, practices, and then we slowly, gradually increase the way we do it. Perhaps we add so many other things. At some point of our practice, we are going to feel that we are doing well. The confidence is coming as a effect, so that no one can change us, no one can add anything to us, but we ourselves know where we are going and what we are doing. Actually, that's the first important things everybody should achieve in their personal practice: confidence. Okay, now I know exactly this is the Buddha's teaching. This is the way he articulated it for us to absorb. And now I am on the right track. This feeling is a wonderful experience. There you bear of so many other things that many people cannot do, because that confidence shows you a very strong point of Dhamma. And then we can go further, because one of the beautiful places of the noble path is attaining samadhi. It is a kind of very enticing state of mind that gives you nibbana well before you attain nibbana. When you are in samadhi, when you are in samadhi qualities, you don't feel pain, you don't feel negative feeling, you don't feel unpleasantness, because everything has turned into positive, pleasant attitude, so that you stay there and enjoy what you have been doing, so that in the noble path, these are some of the beautiful experiences you get. So once you gradually go in the noble path, of course, you experience all these beautiful things. It's a kind of journey that has many beautiful things on the way, and finally you reach to stages of enlightenment. As you see, four special attainments, and once you go to, at least when you go to the first one, you feel that you are safe, you are away from danger, you have come to the a kind of state of mind that has no change, no reverse, so that your feeling of ecstasy is unimaginable. So what I'm trying to bring is that the part to inner peace is such a good experience. Um, uh, we can see this from individual stories. We can see this from technical, theoretical understanding of the Buddha's teaching. And we can see this from our own practices as well. So there are other aspects that we can explore, like if you take suttas from each Nikaya, each section of the Buddha's teaching, you can see how the Buddha and the noble disciples brought the Dharma as as text, as saying, uh, uh, to tell us what exactly the path is, right? So and then when you read, first I told you about the personal experiences, now I'm telling you the textual things, and then the experience. This is very tricky because text is there without any problem, and then personal experiences are also recorded well in different section of the Buddha's teaching. And when you come to your own experiences, it could be vary because personal differences. So anyway, the path is being cleared. In one of the discourses, Buddha said, I'm so and so, and I have tried my best to teach you all the elements for you to practice to attain nirvana. So it is your individual responsibility to take them and practice for your salvation. So I'm just only a teacher, who taught, who teaches the right path. I may not be able to take you to the conclusion. In Ganaka Moggallana Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya, one of the discourses we covered, I think, few times during the last 2 years, tells a very important thing. With the Buddha gave a kind of simile to the Ganaka Moggallana when he was expressing a opposing idea. The Buddha said that suppose that you bring two people to do a particular task, to go to a particular place. So suppose it is between Toronto and Ottawa. So you have two people, and you are telling these two people the way to go to Toronto from Ottawa, and you explain, okay, take this highway, take this local way, turn right, turn left, go straight, and then you find the place. Something like that you tell these two people, same instruction. So, nothing, change to a particular, in your instruction for a particular person, same thing is said. But when two people go to Toronto from Ottawa, something different happened, something strange happened. One person ended up the trip in Toronto while the other was going wrong way. So then Buddha asked, is it you responsible for one person going wrong way and the other person going right way, because you have advised them exactly as it should be? No, nothing happened in your, nothing wrong happened in your instruction. You say the same thing. Or those people who got that person who got wrong instruction is responsible for going wrong way. Then Ganagamogallan said, no, I have given enough and correct instruction for both. But the one who got wrong way did not hear me well when I gave them instruction. Then the Buddha said, same as here, I never ever, share my insight with some people in a different way. I treat everyone with same respect, with same teaching. And when I explain them, they do not hear clearly. They do not hear with attention. They do not respect what I say, and they forget it soon after I said it. So it's not my responsibility. So why do I say this? Because when we look at the path to peace, inner peace, we have to be careful about what path we are talking about. Friends, this path we are talking about in the suttas always, decreases the unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome behaviors in our life. Whatever the Buddha said as the Dharma always direct us to experience some sort of relaxation, some sort of lifestyle that has no defiled state of mind. Even when we take Sila section, the section that moral principles are added, we see how they are explained, and slowly, gradually, the person come to a very peaceful state of life. And if you take the Samadhi section and the section where wisdom is highlighted, you can find the same thing. And if you go to stories, if you go to birth stories of the Buddha, if you go to different section where different things are discussed, well, you see gradual increase of happiness and gradual decline of unwholesome state of mind. If we take the path in that way, and if you find the path in that way from all these suttas, you can see it clearly. So having said this, what I want to add here now is the path that the Buddha explained for peace and happiness is a completed one. It's a very polished, very accurate path or principles for us and for all divine beings, for human and for divine beings. I don't see others can practice it because of their nature. Anyway, the inner peace. The other thing we need to discuss is inner peace. Inner peace could be different from person to person. When I talked to some people the other day, the inner peace for them is enjoying sensual pleasures. They think that peace and happiness are achieved through enjoying senses, going to a party and having so many things there to entertain them is a type of peace for people. Because they entertain their mind with certain things, sounds, beautiful pictures, amazing moments that they get out of eating, out of drinking, and so forth. This is how people find peace. But what we are talking about, inner peace in the line with the Buddha's teaching, is always away from sensual pleasures. The pleasure we get through senses, in most cases, enable us to have some sort of craving in mind. Therefore, finding inner peace through sensory experience could be wrong. This is what we need to understand from the various instruction from the Buddha. Then how do we find inner peace? What is exactly the inner peace in Buddha's teaching? The first quality we should have if we are looking for inner peace is a kind of um, equanimity, patience, and sort of compassion and kindness. These things should be in our mind as a clear mental state if we have inner peace, right? When a lot of thoughts going on in our mind, one after the other, the mind doesn't stay in inner peace because the mind is busy. When the mind is busy, it means it goes here and there. It goes from one object to the other, and the mind produces a lot of thoughts. It's a natural thing of the mind to have a lot of thoughts. But if they are about various things you experience and you cannot have any control, then you do not have inner peace. Therefore, we see that mindfulness, sati, plays a huge role in looking for inner peace. This is why the Buddha talks about mindfulness, satipatthana, being able to establish clear awareness on anything arise in mind is important, because that is the very first that is one of the first thing to find peace and happiness. But inner peace is always produced with the right thinking. Right thinking is technically called samadhi. When there is right thinking, right view, you better know what exactly this is and that is, so that there is no doubt exist in the mind. Usually doubts is an inborn quality of our mind with ignorance. When the mind is in state of ignorance, not knowing anything as it is, doubt is there. When doubt is there, restlessness is there. When restlessness is there, fear is rising, uncertainty is rising, no good decision making is there, so that you are like the stick on the mud. You are not strong on your feeling, on your emotion, so that you become a slave of your, ignorance, craving. So, we cannot find inner peace or calmness with any of those things. So that the first and very important quality in looking for inner peace is right thinking, right view, right view about life, right view about uh, you know uh, various things you do in day-to-day life, right thing about your mind, right thing about your body, already I said, right thing about the society, right thing about the money, right thing about, so everything you understand them well, no confusion. For example, we are going to have a new year in few days, in exactly 10 days. If you have right view, it from mundane sense, of course you take it well, and you better think that I want to continue my good qualities, because it's another day that rises and suns set. No anything happen at all if we do not think about it. So anyway, let me take the new year as an opportunity to be good, to be kind, to be in the teaching. So you can think of the new year from a mundane sense in such a manner, so that is called right view. And in addition to that, a lot of people do sharing and caring, and they try their best to forget about their bad negative experiences in the past, and turn into positive, which is also good. So right thinking or right view could be like that as well. So this is the baby step according to the Buddha's teaching, because uh, you are grown people and you have spent your life with so many things already, so that this kind of things should not be explained by somebody for you to follow because you know them. But when we come to inner peace, what level of right view we should have? We should have what kind of right view we should be able to have in order to find extraordinary inner peace. Friends, there we in that right view, we should be able to know that the life is such a changing phenomena, so that I should face the challenges. The challenges are not those things that people do for us. Challenges are not only not those things that the nature give us, but the challenges, most difficult challenges, is coming within. Emotions, the way the mind react to things. And if I have a character type called angry mood or frustrated mood, so how do I face them? So these are the challenges, these are the storms that we need to face. So if we have right view to tackle these negative emotions about your life, about your mind in the new year, and that's the right view, right thinking to find inner peace and happiness in the new year. One of the things we always talk about is mindfulness on death. It is required now because you see, many places in the world are unstable, and nature-wise and human activities, the wise, the places, cities, countries are unstable. Even if we try to live in the best possible ways, the sometimes nature gives us kind of challenging experiences: flood, earthquakes, drought, heavy rains, and then heat waves and the cold. So these are some of the things that humankind experience from time immemorial. But these days we experience very severe changes of the weather, changes of the nature, right? So this means to me that we should think about our own destiny. If we are mindful about our departure, so we are getting ready for it. For example, if you want to go to a long distance place these days, you become extra careful, extra mindful about your flight, time of the day, and the day you fly, the time you fly, and what things you need to bring. So you become careful about every bit of things before you fly. Likewise, there is a flight you have to take. There is a destiny you want, you have to go. And how do you prepare for that? Because it comes without a prior notice, and the notice comes to us couple of hours, couple of minutes ago if there is a kind of departure, but it is uncertain. So that, friends, being able to be mindful about own death gives you so much relaxation, because fear of losing yourself is gone when you practice mindfulness on death. I have few experience about some people who are dying, and one person was really worried because he did not do certain things he wanted to during the best possible time period he had. Now he is so worried about it. This is his last moment. And I told him that, of course, he didn't pass away immediately, but he thought that he is going to go. Then I told him that just forget about it, because you are not going to go to the past and change the situation you had. What you can do is to put your mind on the subject of goodness, subject of worthiness, kindness, compassion for you. If you are really kind for you, just take some thought about your good qualities and the Buddha qualities, Dhamma qualities, and Sangha qualities, and how kind your family members to you, so that you can be happy. So the tears came down from his eyes, and he seems accepted. And that night he was not doing well mentally, psychologically, but after a few days he was so really okay, because he was asking forgiveness from some people. He did something wrong, and he was kind of preparing his own mind with some sort of Buddha's teaching, I said, and somebody else said. So he was looking for, he was finding some inner peace at the end, because he struggled. He worked so hard on what he was not doing. Friends, he was able to find some sort of inner peace at the end of his life. Maybe he's in a good place. So, friends, what I'm saying is that the mindfulness on death uh, could be one of the highest, one of the powerful ways of thinking, ways of view about life. And if you go to the new year with that, I think you will be really, really good. Uh, inner peace, if I tell you with a discourse in mind, I think it would be very clear. Where do we start to find inner peace? Of course, you already started, but to be clear, where we need to, what we need to do, and which way we need to do to find inner peace. Friends, the last discourse of Majjhima Nikaya is called Indriya Bhavana Sutta. Indriya Bhavana Sutta is about restraining your senses. How many senses do we have? Maximum 6. 5 physical senses, and the 6th one is mind as the mental. So discipline these senses is the beginning of inner peace, as the Buddha talk about. The Buddha has advised many monks and nuns and lay people about sensory restraint, because the mind has the senses as the source of, as the origin of mind. In other words, the mind, the so-called mind, started with the sensory experience. When the senses meet their particular sensory objects, consciousness arises, and then contact is going to be completed. In that experience, you have the mind started, so that being able to understand the senses by the mind, by your own mind, with wisdom, with right view, is going to be the best discipline, the best moral principles for you to do. This is why Buddha emphasized Indriya Samvara is the most important beginning of the entire teaching. So Indriya Bhavana Sutta is a very nice piece of Dhamma. Therefore, a lot of people go into it if they want to go deeper of the Dharma. Simply, it says this: Indriya Indriya Bhavana, that means meditation on senses. It teaches us look less, see more. What does that mean? With regard to seeing, we see a lot of things. I see you, I see objects, I see different things. That is like seeing from your naked eye. But what we are talking about seeing in this sutta is not seeing through your eyes. It's seen through your wisdom. In other words, what you see is some shapes, colors, and elements. If we talk about the absolute truth, but having seen these shapes, colors, and things made by the elements, we give a kind of meaning to it. We added so many things to it to tell that I see this man. His name is Nimal. His name is Gayan. I see her and her. He's Anna, and so on. I saw a car passing by. So those are the things we added later on, but we see those things. And being able to see in that way is called see more. That means we see the working on the right thinking. We see, we experience the manifestation of samadhi. So that is what we have to do with regard to our eyes and seeing. And hear less and listen more. So we hear a lot of things. We hear, birds are singing and people are talking, and the way the wind blows, and people talk about bad things about others. People talk about good things of others, and people argue, people fight. So we hear a lot of things. But what we need to do is to listen to. When we hear something, it means that due to the act, due to the well function of our ear, we hear. But when we say listen, it is an active mode. We just listen to it with attention, with intention. Then we add wisdom into it. So that is what we talk about Indriya Bhavana with regard to our ear. And we smell less, but what we need to do is breathe in. Smell is kind of natural. Whenever you go, wherever you go, you have smell is working. But when you have added intention into it with the dharma, you do so, but you are not going to make any connections to it. It's only a smell. That is the place. That is the thing you figure out. Likewise, each senses gives you the particular thing, but you are going beyond that horizon. Whatever the senses give, of course, you welcome them, but having welcomed them, you do not stop there, but you put your right view onto it and understand more. That is what Indriya Bhavana means. Therefore, Indriya Bhavana seems the beginning of it seems simple things about the Buddha's teaching, but practically it is, of course, applying right view and of course right mindfulness and also right perseverance together. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. That is why Indriya Bhavana, according to the Buddha's teaching elsewhere, gives us the perfect mindfulness on four foundation of mindfulness. In other words, if we are able to practice Indriya Bhavana, we experience the powerful quality called mindfulness as said in the Satipatthana. So, in looking for inner peace, this is the path that gives happiness. This is the part that gives joy for us. And this is the part the peace is completed. Something I didn't tell you yet. That is peace. Okay. What exactly the peace is? When peace is maintained, what kind of things people usually do? Do people talk to make people unhappy? Do we use words that harm for for others? What kind of lifestyle we will have if we have peace in mind? What kind of things society will do, countries will do if they have peace as a society? You can think about it. So peace in mind and peace in the society, peace in the country, peace in the world. What exactly we could assume people do when they have peace? Of course, we can see that people do so many things without peace. When there is no peace, people are agitated, frustrated. Uh, People do not find satisfaction over their, day-to-day living. They are so tired physically and mentally. So this peace is a sort of calmness in mind. This peace tells no talk, talk enough, talk less, um, be isolated. This peace suggests so many things for us. The peace we are talking in the Buddha's teaching suggests us certain type of lifestyle. Don't consume lot of things unnecessarily. How many material things we use today? We might say that we don't we need them for different occasions and so forth, but to maintain human life, we don't need many things, but people consume over. Some people do so, some people cannot have it, so that the similarities exist in the world a lot. So people use so many things to find peace, but peace is not like that. Peace is a calmness. Peace, when peace is there, you don't want to, use many things. You need minimum things to survive. So therefore, peace is such a experience. If I turn into Buddha's life before he attained full enlightenment, we can find certain important behaviors, characteristic features of his life about peace. As a very uh, young person with so many material things, Prince Siddhartha thought that is my life happy and peaceful for me? Am I accomplished? That is, these are some of the things he had been thinking a lot. Even before he got married at the age of 16. And even after getting married to Princess Yasodhara, I assume that he was thinking these questions. Is this happiness? It is the real happiness. Am I in peace? Do I see peace from other people? So, because he was born as a genius person. Though he had all luxurious facilities in his life, he left the house, family, relatives, even the kingship, looking for truth about life, truth about the world, truth about what is happening around. He did not want to enjoy anything in his life because he thought that there is something hidden. So he wanted to find out the truth of life. As a result, as you know, many discourses witness it, that he went to various teachers. When it didn't work for him, he practiced very brutal things to his life. Then he found out that they are not working either. Then due to his strong, dedicated practice for many, many lifetime, he clicked the right thing at the end, that Majjhima Patipada, the being in the middle of everything with wisdom, is the key thing for looking for peace, looking for truth. So he went into that particular practice himself. And at the end, how did he find the truth? He maintained a balanced life. He maintained patience. He maintained a type of calmness in his mind. He was able to bear everything of his own with his energy, so that he was able to find that line where nothing changed after it, so that he crossed over the line. So what I was trying to tell with this life story of the Prince Siddhartha and later the Buddha, he did not find happiness. He did not want to go and find happiness. He wanted to find truth. King Kusala Gavesi, King Satya Gavesi. I went out of the house to find out the truth of everything. I wanted to find out the skill of everything. Skills that make me find in the truth. So as a result, he was able to be happy. He was able to be in peace. His mind was in peace. So first, we have to be finding truth. So this is the underlined, highlighted things we, of course, finding in many places of the Buddha's teaching, of course, the Buddha's life story. So first we have to find the truth, and then we will be happy. What is the truth of our mind? What is the truth of our life? As I have been telling you, life is in a state of changing. And so the mind, sometimes it turns into good, sometimes it turns into bad. And we accepting that this change is natural in mind is another discovery of truth in our mind. So that this is how we need to go. We look at the body, we look at the mind with direct, with good vision, right vision. Then we will be able to find that inner peace. Inner peace, therefore, is a state of mind when truth is revealed. I do not want to go into particular suttas today to dive into the topic further. Indriya Bhavana Sutta is one of the discourses I always keep in mind for my practice, because it tells how one can understand senses and their function, not in the surface level, but in a deeper spiritual way. And you have a lot of other discourses in mind to tell this is the path, and this is how we are looking for inner peace, and this is how we sustain ourselves on inner peace. Of course, yes, because if we take the river, we can go to the river from many places. There is not only one place. Likewise, we have a lot of avenues to enter into inner peace. But remember, inner peace is a result. Inner peace is found when you follow the truth, when you find the truth, when you genuinely practice the principles, and then you will be in inner peace. If I tell this technically, inner peace when you are in nirvana is the highest, but inner peace when you attain to jhana, when inner peace when you are away from the sensual pleasures, is so gorgeous, and that is the first target you should have, and then you will be able to have inner peace that is irreversible, unchanged, and that is called nirvana. So that's all I thought of sharing now, because I want to give you a chance of speaking. I've been giving you some tips of Dharma here and there based on Sutta analysis. For me, inner peace is achieved at any time I think of compassion. Inner peace is been also here with me when I talk pleasant words. Inner peace is always been here in my mind when I try to let go of, hustle, bustle, busy thoughts in my mind. Inner peace is achieved when I talk the Dhamma. Even now, I'm so happy because I have the opportunity to go through certain beautiful teachings of the Buddha. I know how beneficial it is for me, and of course for you, because you are also now thinking about whatever Dhamma you have already been practiced. So it is a kind of elements to bring inner peace for you. So therefore, finding inner peace through right magga is an individual responsibility, and this session is a kind of source for it. So now I would like to hear what you have to say. Are you in inner peace that you?
I can say that in the last 6 months, since I started, that my inner peace has grown, and that feels good. And I think it's the meditation that has helped me to gain inner peace. I wasn't trying to find it, but it stopped me from striving and from wanting and striving and eating, and because of that, I felt most at peace in my life.
Yeah, when there is inner peace, that means peace in our mind. When there is calmness in mind, we feel everything else is also peaceful, isn't it? When our mind is so peaceful, kind, compassionate, we feel everyone in the same way. Right? We don't feel that obstacle for us. But when we have any sort of unwholesomeness in mind, we feel others are mad at me, we don't feel pleasantness of others, even the weather is going to be really bad, because when there is hot weather is there, we quickly react to it. Our reaction is going to be very quick, very negative when inner peace is not present. But when there is inner peace, when there is a kind of relaxation in the mind, it seems bearing everything, the weather, people, I know a person who always disturbed by the dog barking and animals. The dogs are always running here and there and barking, especially at night when they are going to sleep. So this person never ever bear the dog barking, and he got angry at all, and he get out of the house and try to throw them away from the premises, because it's really bad for him. But the other people accept that dogs are barking, and they listen to their mind, and so they accept their noise. So this is a kind of example I am telling you, that if you have peace, calmness in mind to accept anything out of you, you are going to be calm. You are going to be patient. So that is why I told you that whenever our mind is peaceful and calm, we feel the rest of the world is calm and peaceful too, despite their action and reaction. So at the end, the peace outside is decided by the peace inside. I think, Doctor, you were trying to say something, right?
Yes. So in the sutra text, we say like etang santang etang panitang. So the etang santang, this is this is peace, right? This is a sublime. I think that's how it's translated. So the final peace, inner peace, is nibbana, right? So when you say niramisang sukang, in other words, there is one stage higher than the jhanas, right? The jhanas is a sukha, niramisa sukha, but niramisang sukha in a sutra text talk about, I think, is it pointed towards a nibbana, something more peaceful than.
Yeah, unconditional joy, like it's not disturbed by anything, like. So the Niramisa Sukha, that Pali or Sinhala terms means the Sukha or happiness, not through material aspects. It's through mental cultivation on wisdom. It's beyond material. In a simple term, it's happiness through beyond material. So it has categories, as you said. In jhana, in samadhi levels, your sukha or happiness is because of type of mental cultivation. Being away from unwholesomeness, you are in a state of ecstasy, joy, and relaxation. Still it is conditional, because it was not before, but with right effort you produced it. It's sankata, it's conditioned. But when you come to highest niramisa, I don't know whether it's called sukha, because we use the word nibbana sukha.
Nibbanam paramam sukham.
Nibbanam paramam sukham, because the Buddha had to tell it to people that Nibbana has sukha, Nibbana has happiness, otherwise people are not trying for it. Right? So, but when you look at the Nibbana experience, when you are in there, you may not be able to use that word happiness at all. Because the very quality that the mind governs is wisdom, and when the highest level of wisdom, and so that you neither enjoy anything, no do you any experiences as well, so that yeah, we can say that that unconditional way type of happiness exists there versus conditional happiness. So I think you are going to go directly and certainly into it when you confirm yourself the stages of enlightenment, but most probably when you complete your attainment to full enlightenment.
So there is no craving. Because if there is no craving, the mind is undisturbed, unperturbed. So therefore, it's sukha. Like, because if the subtle amount of craving, you're going to suffer. Even with bhavatanna, I forget the kamatanna. Kamatanna is the biggest one for us. So even after that, still there's a subtle form of suffering. Once nibbana is niramisa sukha, means there's no more suffering, because there is no more craving, because you're not looking for, wanting or yearning for anything.
That's true. Even an iota of craving, greed, ignorance can produce a lot of similar things, so that it's growing like a virus. So very rapidly, so that keeping even a single thought of craving or any similar things is dangerous. So that looking for inner peace, in looking for inner peace, we have to be mindful about, as you said, the biggest very strong craving, like tanna, upadana, tanna craving, upadana clinging, avijja, not knowing the reality as it is. So these are very dangerous state of mind, and with that we never ever find even a small type of inner peace. But if we are going through well with sort of day-to-day unwholesomeness, like with sila, you would be able to actually find type of inner peace. For example, if you are certain that I practice or follow the 5 principles, exactly as the Buddha said, sort of inner peace always is maintained.
With fear and animosity, you're giving the other
Yeah,
people is
because
taken away.
as you said, you find that security of your life, because you give a kind of security for the other living beings around you, so that uh, it, it returned to you in a way, because your kindness is produced there. When you say that you do not harm any living beings, means you are compassionate, you are kind enough to take care of everyone around you into a certain extent. When you say that I follow the second principle, it means you never ever damage any property of anyone, but you protect them, you take care of them for others. It means generosity. You have been
Abhedana type of about the generosity, Abhedana type of.
Abedana, yes, you are giving happiness, you are giving kind of security, you are protecting them. So that's the kind of generous mind. Your generosity is not only giving something from you to somebody else for any need. It is also meaning that you are giving security. You are generous to be kind. You are generous to be mindful. Something like that also included in generosity. So likewise, if you go into deeper aspect of the 5 precepts, there you find inner peace a lot. Of course, your shift to samadhi and a deeper level of wisdom could be spontaneous, could be very quick, if you follow the 5 principles as it is.
I think about a question about a little bit more deep on this Indriya Sangvara. You talk about Indriya Sangvara Sutta.
Yeah.
Now, that is at the not the most top level. That is the second level, because always there's avidya sankhara, sankarpacha vinyana, namarupa. So still something is happening in the mind before the senses come into play. That eventually that conscious awareness, the senses are directed to see or hear. So already there's some activity in the mind, because according to the Patisampa there, and even in the science shows that it's for survival. We have this called error detection in the mind.
Yes.
So Indriya Sangvara comes as a later level. Before that, the astravas are producing this. Because of the cravings, you're looking for, searching for something, and then the eye will say, "Okay, look at that." Because once you're conscious aware of something, already mind is active, right?
Yeah.
And then at the second level, then you're so when the best part of it is that when you see, you only see. I mean, that's the ultimate. But till then, there's another level below the senses active. Is it? Is it
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Because Indriya Sangvara, the sense restraint in the basic level, uh, mm, basic level, it talks about how we are entering into kind of practice, right? Indriya Sangvara, yeah, the Indriya Sangvara we talk about in section in Samyutta Nikaya, and here uh, the person should be able to recognize what is coming, what is going, what exactly happening in my mind, and being able to see such things happen in mind is good enough for the beginning, because it's conditional. There are certain things inside of your mind that pollute your whole picture, but at the same time, how do we tackle these things? Just be mindful about your sensor. I think Indriya Sangvara is just like cutting the bushes around it. The problem is not solved, but you are getting ready for it.
Yes.
Indriya Sangvara is something like that.
That's a
Suppose,
good example.
yeah, that is the way we have to understand Indriya Sangvara, because when you come to ditte dittamattang sute sutamattang, seeing is only seeing, hearing is, it's advanced level. You know, it is being done by somebody who has done a lot.
In Arahat level, right? I guess.
In that level of observation, you can understand everything as it is. But the Indriya Sangara we talk about in this first section of this sutta and elsewhere in Samyutta Nikaya, it's a beginning, it's a baby level. You know, you better notice what you are seeing outside. You know, when you see something, what all these pictures are outside, bahira, external things. When you hear something, pay attention what you hear. So now you decide whether it is good for my mind, good for my sila, good for my samadhi. So the total observation is done based on what is existing outside. It's basic. But when you come to that super level, higher level, you are being able to go through certain stages of observation, investigation. Now you can, uh, make a line. This is what I hear, but I do not take what I hear. This is what I saw. No, like those arahants did. The arahants see all these things we saw, but their emotion is completely stopped then and there because they have that ability to keep their mind in that way. So I think Indriya Sangvara of a stream winner, once returner, nonce returner, and full enlightened person, and even the Buddha, they are different levels.
Levels. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. What you all have to do? Do you have anything to say?
I'm happy.
You're happy.
That's
Right.
very good. Thank you, Bhante.
So the next week is the last week of our Sutta studies. I think I will be able to do it. These days schedules are not, uh, uh, being able to follow it as it is because of holiday season, because of various other things never in our plan. One of our friends' father, uh, fell down from a staircase 2 days ago and he died this morning. I had to rush to the hospital few times to see him and help him with some sort of chanting and meditation. And so anyway, I believe that I could be able to come to the Sutta studies next Saturday, which is 27. So that would be the last session for this year. If I may not be able to come, I will inform you early, at least on the day of that day morning. Having said this, I just want to thank for being in the Sutta study class throughout the year. Sometimes you were not here because of various things in your life, but you were here when you could, and gave me a lot of inspiration. Your participation, your inputs, your questions made me a lot of success in my Dhamma search. Now I have found a lot of good things in the Dhamma in me, and I think you too. So continue our Sutta studies in the new year. Whenever we are able to do so, we do so because we know the association of Kalyanamita is a wonderful thing. Though you are joining here or in your own places, the spirit of you is felt very much. And then when Kalyanamitas come together, they do nothing but sharing Dharma, where that is beneficial for everyone. And then when Dharma is shared, what is happening is the truth is visible and available, And when the truth is visible and available, inner peace is not a problem. It is found within. So that I try my best to continue Sutta studies, and don't wait for me to do it, and don't follow 100% my schedule. Go on your own schedule, and do something extraordinary in your life in 2026, because life is uncertain. Storms are there always in our life, and be not don't be a victim of all these difficult things, storms in your life, without achieving this spiritual target. As the Buddha said, appamadena sampadeta. Be mindful. Don't waste your time for certain mundane, temporary thing. Just find the right tune of wisdom, and there you experience Nibbana. So that is the end of today's Sutta studies. Thank you very much for coming and sharing your insight. May you all stay healthy during this holiday season. Those who celebrate Christmas, be a part of it and give your love and compassion for them, and show them that you have a lot of extraordinary human qualities in your mind because of the Dhamma. Then they will follow the Dhamma too, and be a very good human during this holiday season. May you have the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem. May you have the blessings of your own good karma to be happy right now. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.